Today we're going to have a look at the Delta SimTech DU5 dashboard and SL20 slip lights. Before we get into it, both units were provided by Delta SimTech. Obviously, all the opinions are my own and Delta SimTech has no influence on this review and will not see it before it's published. We will start with the dashboard. There are two versions available. There's the version with the standard mount for 303 euros, and then there's the version with the magnetic mount for 339 euros. Plus taxes. Basic specs, we have a 5-inch VOCOR display. We do have 23 RGB LEDs controllable by SimHub. The case is made out of 6061 billet aluminum, anodized in matte black. We do have a USB-C in the back, very nice. And of course, both the display and the LEDs are fully controllable by SimHub. The mounting bracket is available for the Midge motor that includes SimCube, VRS and SimMagic, and there's also a different mount available for Azatec and Fanatec. Delta SimTech went with a very unique design here. It's just not another replica that looks the same every time. I think it has some slight spaceship vibes here, but I personally like it. You do have 5 LEDs on each side. You can use that for the spotter, for example. See the red blinking right now? That would mean there's a car to the left and a car to the right. And the LEDs are nicely recessed in the body and also slightly angled. On the top you have 2 groups of 2 LEDs on each side. In the default profile this is used for ABS and traction control, for example. And then in the middle you have 9 LEDs typically used to show the RPM of the car. The diffusion and light blocking is done really good on this. Typically on many dashboards and wheels you have the issue that the LEDs actually bleed into each other and then you have like a gradient in between. This is not the case here. Very nice light blocking. In the middle you have a huge 5-inch VOCOR display, which is basically the only option these days unless you want to go with an HDMI screen, which has some advantages, but also you need to connect it via HDMI, so I usually prefer the USB screens. It sometimes can give you issues, the VOCOR. But typically this can be solved by either adding a powered USB hub or trying another USB port. Just keep in mind, if you have a VOCOR, if you have some problems with tearing or so, try a hub or try a different port. The electronics inside are done very nicely. I've had a few points that I would improve, and I also told Chris from Delta SimTech what I would improve. And actually all these changes made into the current revision. So if you're buying one right now, you get all these updates. So this is always very nice when a manufacturer actually is interested in feedback and also takes that feedback into the product. One of those features, for example, is it's not in this one here, but if you buy one, it will have it. If you turn off your PC, most wheels and dashboards will still illuminate the display. It will be a black screen, but the backlight will be on. On the DU5 here, if your PC is off, it will shut off the power to the display, so you do not have a screen that is lit up the whole night. As for the software running, I mean, it runs on SimHub, or you can use JRT, for example. What I like to use is SimHub and then use either the lovely dashboard, that's my favorite dashboard, it has very nice features, or another recommendation that I have is the Dial Design dashboard, which comes with its own plugin and has more precise data than the standard SimHub stuff. Next up are the slip lights. They look like this. The price is 131 euros plus taxes, which is definitely a little bit on the higher side, but the build quality is as good as on the dashboard. It's pretty much the dashboard minus the display in a very small form factor. You have the same aluminum housing, 6061 billet aluminum in matte black, and you have a forged carbon fiber front. I think it looks very cool and it has 10 LEDs per side. The diffusion and the light blocking is excellent on this one as well, and you can use it, for example, to show ABS or traction control that is currently active, or you can use it for spotter overlays. It does come with a little bracket to mount to your rig. What I did is I just put on double-sided tape and taped that to the underside of my monitor, so I had it in my peripheral vision but didn't have to mount it on the rig. Can definitely recommend doing that. And both sides of the slip lights are connected by a rather thick USB cable, and then on one side you have an USB-C in the back to connect to your PC. No external controller box, very nice design. As of today, which is SimHub version 9.0.1, the devices, both the slip lights and the dashboard, is not natively supported in SimHub, but it's still very easy to set up. You can grab one of the device profiles, just import it in SimHub, and then it's pretty much plug and play, but you don't get to pick it from the menu. So if you get one of these, grab those profiles and then it's super easy to set up. So 3 things that I like about these devices. First, it's the unique design. I really think it's cool to not have just another clone of a real dashboard. I do like the build quality, really excellent, nothing to criticize here. And I also think it's cool that the display actually turns off when you turn off the PC. So many dashboards just stay on and it's so annoying. 3 things that I don't like about the products. First, the size of the dash. It is very big for a 5-inch dashboard. The sides are rather thick and it will in the end cover whatever you see on your monitor, and that sometimes can be a little bit annoying. And another thing, it's not really something I don't like, but something that could be improved. If you have these slip lights and you have the dashboard, which has a USB hub internally, why not have an additional USB out on the dashboard to connect the slip lights to? That would be cool. And the third thing, please update the pictures on the website. It's not doing justice to these great products. The pictures just don't look good. There's so much dust on them. I know it's a little bit nitpicky here, but just take some proper pictures, please. So overall, I think both the slip lights and the dash are really good products. I don't really have anything to criticize, really. The price of the dashboard is comparable to the competition. The price of the slip lights is slightly higher than the competition. I mean, I only know the ones from Grid Engineering, which are around 90 to 100 euros with taxes. But these are made from aluminum with carbon fiber. The one from Grid are plastic. So whether that's worth it for you or not, I can't decide that. Of course, you can build your own slip lights for like 15 or 20 bucks, but they won't look as nice. But yeah, whether you really want to spend that much money on them, that's a decision you have to make. Same with the dashboard. I personally do not really use dashboards. I mean, I have a dashboard on my monitor. I don't really need another one in front of the monitors. But if you want to add a dash to your rig, I can absolutely recommend the Delta SimTech DU5. If you have any questions, I'm streaming on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe come and say hi there or join the community Discord. I'll put the invite in the description below. And as always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to the channel, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.